Hello, welcome to our webinar. Thank you for taking the time to join. Today we're going to be talking about Zonal's purchase-to-pay solution, Acquire. There will be two of us presenting today, myself, Helen McMillan, and Adam Parker. I'm Zonal's Director of Online Commerce, which means that I have customer-facing and commercial responsibility for our supply chain products, including Acquire and our new menu management solution. Adam is Zonal's online commerce manager, and his main areas of responsibility are technical sales support, boarding new customers, and ongoing technical support for existing customers, and that's for both Acquire and menu management. Before we get started, I just want to draw your attention to the icons at the bottom of your screen, which are there to help you get the most out of the session. From left to right, they are today's slide deck. You can increase and decrease the size of the slides by clicking on the icon in the corner of the slide. Next is Media Player, which is playing our audio. After that is Q&A. Click here if you'd like to ask any questions during the webinar. Please do take this opportunity, as we'll be answering these questions at the end, and we'll follow up directly with you as well. Then you have Speaker's Bio, and then Resources, where we've provided a number of useful guides, product sheets and more, so do take the time to have a look at those. So, by way of brief introduction, this is what we'll be covering in this webinar. Firstly, I'll give a brief overview of the product, then Adam will provide us with a demo, after which I'll summarise some of the benefits, and then we'll answer your questions. Acquire, Zonal's purchase-to-pay platform, is a web-based solution, meaning that no special software is required, just access to the internet. It's mobile adaptive, so its layout adapts to the screen size of the device you're using, making it easy and intuitive to use whilst moving around your venue. And it's designed for use by multi-site estates, giving total visibility and control over your entire purchasing and payment process. As a Zonal-built solution, one of Acquire's biggest strengths is its integrations. As a Zonal customer, you will already be using AdTech product modeling to manage your product data. This data populates both your EPOS and your stock solution. So, based on the logic that what you need to sell, you need to buy, this same data is also automatically sent to Acquire to create the catalogue from which your sites can order. This means that you only have to manage data in one place, and you achieve a single version of the truth across the entire solution set. Orders are then placed directly with suppliers by sites using Acquire. When the goods are received, they accept the order, amending it first to accurately reflect what has been received if necessary. Adam will cover this process in more detail during the demo. As soon as the order is accepted, Stocks is automatically updated with that information within 30 seconds. So, once again, there is no need to rekey data, and you maintain your single version of the truth, making it easy to keep stocks bang up to date. Because Zonal's stock solution sits within our EPOS solution, stocks are automatically reduced with every sale. So when combined with Acquire's ability to automatically replenish, you get a super accurate real-time view of theoretical stocks. And the best thing is that this stock level, along with details of stock on order but not yet delivered, is visible at the point of ordering, giving the person placing the order the key information they need to order in the right quantities. Not too little, risking running out, but not too much, potentially resulting in wastage and additional cash tied up in stock. Again, Adam will show you this feature when he demos. Acquire can also integrate with your finance package, automatically sending details of reconciled orders and invoices for payments. Yet again, Adam will show you how this feature works during the demo. Acquire has three distinct groups of users: sites, head office, and suppliers. Today we'll be covering the site user journey only, as it shows you the core features and functions and gives you a feel for the user interface, which we hope you'll agree is clear, intuitive, and easy to use. Webinars covering the head office and supplier user journeys are also available. Just let your zonal representative know if you'd like to see one of those, or send us a message using the icon at the bottom of your screen. So now the moment has come when I'm going to hand you over to Adam, who will take you through the demo of Acquire.
Hello, my name is Adam, and the purpose of today's demo is to give you a brief overview of our Acquire purchase-to-pay platform. Acquire is a web-based system that allows customers to place orders with their chosen suppliers. It is, as I say, web-based, so you can access it from anywhere, and your username and password dictate the level of access you gain to Acquire. I'm going to be logging in as our test site called Bond Street today, and once I log in, you're taken to the Welcome to Acquire page, which gives you a breakdown of, or a summary of the various actions that need to be completed. So purpose today is to show you how to place an order as a site and then accept an order when the delivery arrives. So to place an order, you click on the shopping trolley at the top. This takes you to this screen here where you can see that my basket is currently empty. I click on the green Add Item button, select the suppliers that you wish to order from. Alternatively, you can use the search box, and if you do a search for, say, banana, for example, it will bring back a list of the products that are available to me so that I can add those items to the basket. I also have this regular order template button that allows you to load or create a template, an electronic shopping list of products that I can load. So if we do this Adam Friday order and view that, it lists the products that I have available to me in that template that I've created previously. So all I do is I apply template, I go through and enter the quantities of the products that I want to order today. Anything that's 0 or left blank won't be added to the basket, and I click OK. Those items get added to the basket, and as you can see, it's now split out because there are products from multiple suppliers. I have 4 products here for the test food supplier 1, 4 products for beers, wines and spirits, and 4 for the consumable supplier. I can still add additional products to my basket if I wish by clicking the green Add Item button again. I can select the supplier and I can just add a few more products and click the Add Items button. Once I've done that, I can then click Place Order, and I'm given this delivery schedule screen, and from there I need to select the delivery day that I wish to have the goods arrive, as well as the department if this is selected. So I'm just going to quickly select the department, and the departments are used for a finance export, which is a bit later on when you accept the order in Acquire. That generates an accepted order. We can then receive an invoice from a supplier, and once we receive that invoice, it can be then transferred through to your finance package for payment. So I've selected the delivery days, and I've placed the order, and the Acquire system then generates 3 unique order numbers and then generates an email, an order confirmation email, which will be sent to each of those 3 suppliers with the details of the order that's just been placed. If I click on the order search page, you can now see the various orders that have been placed within this last 7-day period. So I have the 3 in place which I've just placed. I've got the order in dispatched, I have 1 in invoiced, and then I've got 5 that have been cancelled, and I can change that date range to increase it, so I can go back to the 24th, for example, and I now see 32 orders within that date range. So I'm just going to accept that order that's in the dispatch date now, so I'll click on that. So what happens is that the supplier will receive the email. They will then open that order, which is an acknowledgement that they've received it, and then they will dispatch that order and specify within Acquire what they're actually going to deliver. And for suppliers like butchers, for example, that will have weighted products or cheese, they will be able to update Acquire to state what that actual weight of the products are. So you can see here that the supplier has dispatch this order. So as a site, I'm going to accept it. However, you can see here that it's the buttons to accept down here are greyed out, and the reason for that is because I've placed this order for a requested delivery date of the 11th. Today is the 9th, so the acquire system has a fail-safe that stops you from accepting an order early by mistake. If it's a genuine early order, all I need to do is click on this actual delivery date, specify the actual day it delivered, so we'll say it was delivered today, click OK, and then the buttons are then active at the bottom. And then all I need to do is, if everything was delivered on the left hand side, the quantities, everything was absolutely fine with the order, then I would accept the entire order. If there is a discrepancy and there is something that was not loaded onto the lorry, or it was damaged, I then can click on this accept part order, which is what I'm going to do now. This loads the order, and I can see the almonds, for example, I've placed 4 forward dispatched, but I'm just going to amend this order to say that I received 2 of those. As soon as I change the accepted quantity, I have to specify a reason. It will say it's damaged, and then I would like to reorder those. And I can do the same for, say, the asparagus. I can say that we didn't receive any of those, and it's because the supplier was short on the lorry. And again, I can select reorder if I wish. I have the total at the bottom, so I can match up the value based on, say, for example, a delivery note or an invoice if they've amended those at the point of delivery. Click OK. And that changes the order status to accepted. And at this point, what will happen is, for those customers that have Aztec, then it will generate a GRN, a goods receipt note, and that will update your Zonal stock system within 60 seconds with the delivery note information you've just accepted. It will do it automatically for you. Now when I go back, I can now see, if I change that date range back to the 2nd, you can now see that I have that order in the accepted state, and it's now awaiting an invoice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to log out, and I'm going to log in as the food supplier, and I can then find that accepted order. There it is, and I can click on it, and at that point I then have the ability to create an invoice. Now we also can electronically integrate, or what we call EDI, with suppliers. So the bigger suppliers will already have EDI in place, so they can send us what we call an EDI invoice, or an electronic invoice. But for this smaller to medium-sized suppliers that prefer not to have EDI, they can create an invoice manually, which is what I'm going to demonstrate now. So we click on this as a supplier, create invoice button. I can then create this invoice number. I specify the invoice date, and then as a supplier I can then specify exactly what I want to appear on the invoice. So for example, I'm going to change that to be 4 almonds, and I'm going to change that to be 3 asparagus, because that's what, as a supplier, that's what I delivered to the site. And then once I'm ready, I can click create invoice, and that's then created this billing tab with the invoice displayed. Now as a supplier, I can see that the discrepancies that I've just created, because the invoice is now comparing the invoice to the accepted order. So I can see that the site accepted 2 almonds and 0 asparagus, but as a supplier I invoiced 4 almonds and 3 asparagus. And the customer will also see that. And if I go back to the order search page, you can see that the invoice has now got this warning triangle saying there's a reconciliation errors, because, like I say, the invoice does not match the accepted order. So if I now log out and I log back in again as the site and go back into the order search page, I can see that invoice with reconciliation errors. Click on the billing tab, and as a site I have the ability to raise a credit. Now you can also do this at head office level, so your finance team could be responsible for raising credit notes or credit requests, sorry. I'm just going to raise this credit request at site level, and if I scroll down I have this autofill variance, and if I click that, then it will automatically populate the differences between the accepted order and the invoice. So you can see here that it's populated 2 for almonds and 3 asparagus. I have to specify a reason why I'm raising this credit request. So we'll just say for the almonds, they were damaged. Where's the goods damaged goods, there it is. And the asparagus will just say short delivery. And once I've done that, I can click create credit request. And then back on the billing tab, I can now see that I have a credit request pending, and that will be then emailed to the supplier to notify them as a credit request waiting for them to process. So if I log out and I log back in again as the supplier, now I have two options. I can either go to the particular order. It's easy because there's only one of them at the moment, but I can go to that order and click on the pending credit request, or alternatively I can click on the invoice and credit note search, click on credit requests, and I can see a list. There's only one at the moment, but I can see a full list of all of the credit requests, whether they're pending, accepted or rejected. And you can also get that same visibility at head office level. So as a supplier, I'm going to view the credit request. I can see the details of that and the reasons why, and I can then either accept or reject. For the purpose of the demo, I'm going to accept that credit request. The acquirer asks me whether I want to auto-generate a credit note reference or whether I want to put one in manually. I'm going to enter a manual one. Click OK. Are you sure? Yes. And that's automatically created a credit note, as you can see in pink there. Now if I go back to the order search, you can see that that invoice has now been reconciled fully. The warning triangle has disappeared, and at that point now because acquire automatically reconciles it, and then as part of your finance package, or finance export, sorry, if you've got one in place, it will automatically export that reconciled invoice out of acquire into your finance package on the next payment run, whatever that's been scheduled to do. So that is acquire in a nutshell. It's quite simple. Like I say, it's designed for sites to be able to place orders with your chosen suppliers. You can add multiple products from multiple suppliers into your order basket in one go. You can search your products. You can search for a particular supplier's catalogue. You can use regular order templates and place those orders with your suppliers. And then at the time of delivery, you can come in and accept those orders, make amendments if required, and that will automatically generate, as I said earlier, a goods receipt note to update your stock.
Thanks very much, Adam.
Thank you for your time.
Hopefully that's given everyone a really good overview of what the solution can do. So before we move on to answer some of your questions, here's a quick recap on the key benefits of Acquire. Firstly, the ability to place a single order for multiple suppliers means that users can easily do all their ordering at the same time. No need for them to know which goods come from where. The system sorts all of that out. Real-time visibility of stock on hand and stock on order, especially when coupled with a minimum stock level, make it very easy for sites to optimize their stock holding at the click of a button. Being able to see the status of each and every order allows users to see at a glance that their orders are being processed, together with any changes to that order. So if there's a short or a sub, they have advance notice and can make alternative arrangements to get that stock if necessary. And finally, the powerful invoice reconciliation and auto-populated credit requests not only mean that far more discrepancies are identified and credits received, it massively cuts down on laborious invoice matching, both at site and at head office. And this can really transform month-end processes. So that brings us to the end of the session, and we're now ready to answer some of the questions we've received from you during the course of the webinar. It's not too late to ask more questions, so please don't hold back. Just click on that Q&A icon at the bottom of your screen. Just before we do that, thank you very much for attending, and if you can spare a couple of minutes, we'd be very grateful if you could complete the survey, as we're keen to have your thoughts on today's session. In terms of next steps, your Zonal representative or account manager will be in touch, but if you'd like to learn more or view another webinar in the meantime, please just let us know.
Okay, so that concludes our Acquire online demo. I can see that there haven't been any questions raised this morning. If you do have any questions, feel free to raise them using the Q&A option at the bottom of your screen. But like I say, there haven't been any raised so far. So all that remains to say is thank you for your time, and we look forward to speaking to you soon. Thanks.